Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about how to improve project plans. Why is that important? Well, think about it. What's the purpose of a project plan? It's to support execution, and execution supports delivery. So if you don't have a good plan, you ain't going to deliver on time or early. Now, the key to improving a project plan is knowing when you have a bad one. So today I'm going to show you what to look for in a bad project plan so you can improve it, and then I'm going to do another video in a couple of days which will show you what a good plan looks like. So the first thing to think about in a project plan is your descriptions. Do you have good descriptions that actually describe outcomes and artifacts? Here you can see we've got pretty poor descriptions. For example, web page. What does that mean? What's on the page? What's the purpose of the page? What does it look like when it's done? So you need to have good descriptions. If you only have a few words in your descriptions, then it's going to be misinterpreted, and when you go to break it down into tasks, it's going to be problematic. Second is, and you've heard me talk about this a lot, but this is a big thing in project planning, is having hard due dates. If you know about my stuff, then you'll know that hard due dates attracts two behaviours. One is Parkinson's law, work expands to fit the time. Second is student syndrome, which is people waiting to the last minute to actually do things. It also means that people do the easy work and leave the difficult work to the end. Research has shown time and time again that any form of targets or due dates is going to make your plan worse and is going to attract delays. Third thing is checking for the sequence. Now if you look here, what you'll see is that we've got a big block of work here which happens halfway through this block of work, and we've got another block of work which seems to happen halfway through this block of work. So how do we know when to start something and when to finish something? This is a common thing in project plans. You have to be able to see a finish point and a start point. Next thing you want to avoid is things like this, floating tasks. If we have floating tasks or floating epics or blocks of work, how do we know that that thing is actually going to be tackled? How do we know the sequence that it needs to be tackled in? How do we know it's not going to be left until the end when it might be a really difficult thing? And how do we know that potentially by ignoring it, that it doesn't become the thing that pushes the project late? So no floating tasks. And finally, having checked for the sequence of the work in terms of hard dependencies, we want to check for soft dependencies. We want to make sure that we don't have the same team all set up to do lots of different pieces of work. We want to make sure that we don't have the same team set up to do lots of different pieces of work. And as you can see here, team 3 has this piece and this piece to be done at the same time, which means that we are already introducing multitasking into the project, and that's going to mean that the project is guaranteed to run late, because we know that as humans we can't do more than one thing at the same time. So 5 things to look out for: poor descriptions, hard due dates, wrong sequence, floating tasks, and too much WIP in the same team. In my next video I'm going to show you what a good plan looks like, and it starts by making sure that we're planning in a PERT diagram, not a Gantt chart. But I'll lay out everything in the next video. We'll have that for you in a couple of days. Meantime, if you want support to help you plan, execute or deliver your next project so that it comes in early, click the link below, apply, tell us a bit about yourself, and we'll have a chat. Thanks very much.